The human mind can be its own worst enemy, trapping itself in cycles it desperately wants to escape.
This is the 14th cigarette today. I promised myself it would be the last one 3 years ago.
What if everything we've been taught about willpower and self-control is completely wrong?
6 months earlier, James Carter was living the New York dream, but something was slowly destroying him. The cigarettes had become his master, controlling every moment between meetings, meals, and even his thoughts.
Just one more. That's what I always tell myself. Just one more won't hurt anything.
His wife Sarah had been patient for years, but that patience was beginning to crack.
Every evening brought the same routine, the same lies, and the same disappointment between them.
You smell like smoke again, James. You promised me you were done with this addiction.
I'm trying, Sarah. You don't understand how hard this is for me every single day.
James had tried everything: patches, gum, cold turkey. Nothing worked for more than a few weeks.
The science of addiction is complex, but the emotional weight it carries is even heavier. Who even is this person staring back at me? I don't recognize myself anymore.
Research shows 500 million people worldwide struggle with behaviors they desperately want to change. Traditional approaches to addiction focus on avoidance and distraction. They tell us to turn off our cravings. But here's the problem. Telling someone not to think about something makes them think about it more.
It's like fighting a tug-of-war with a monster that only gets stronger the harder you pull.
Sarah had reached her limit. She gave James an ultimatum that would change everything.
James, either you find real help this time, or I can't continue watching you destroy yourself.
That night, James searched desperately online for answers, for any solution he hadn't already tried.
Then he found something unusual, a therapy approach that contradicted everything he had been taught.
Willingness? Accepting cravings instead of fighting them? This sounds completely backwards to me.
The research was compelling. Clinical trials showed people using willingness were twice as likely to quit smoking.
James found Dr. Rachel Stone's practice in Manhattan, specializing in acceptance and commitment therapy.
His first session was filled with doubt, but also a tiny spark of hope he hadn't felt.
James, I want you to know that fighting your cravings harder isn't the answer here.
But that's all I've been doing for years. How can I stop fighting something that's destroying me?
Because the fight itself gives the craving power. What if you simply drop the rope?
The concept seemed impossible to James. How could accepting a craving make it go away?
Let's start with awareness. I want you to notice where cravings appear in your body.
For the first time in years, James was asked to pay attention to cravings rather than avoid them.
Over the next week, James documented every craving. The results were shocking to him.
I never realized I was having cravings constantly.
Yeah,
I was just smoking automatically without even thinking.
right now. Exactly. Most people live on autopilot.
Yeah, money?
Awareness is the first step toward real change.
Understanding the brain's response to cravings helps explain why willpower alone often fails completely. The limbic system creates powerful urges that the rational brain struggles to control through force.
Now, James, I'll teach you an exercise called I am having the thought. It creates distance.
When you think I need a cigarette, add, I'm having the thought that I need a cigarette.
I'm having the thought that I need a cigarette right now. That actually feels different.
This simple linguistic shift creates psychological space between the person and their thoughts.
You don't have to act on every thought. That space gives you the power to choose.
Over the following weeks, James practiced this technique whenever cravings appeared throughout his day.
I'm noticing I'm having the thought that I really need a cigarette after this stressful meeting.
But there was another challenge James faced that was harder than the physical cravings.
It was the shame, the judgment from others, and the brutal criticism he directed at himself. So weak. Everyone can see I'm a failure who can't even quit smoking.
James brought this shame to his next session with Dr. Stone. It was eating him alive.
James, what if we honored this shame as part of being human instead of fighting it? If your best friend felt this shame, what caring words would you offer them honestly?
I'd tell them that addiction is hard, that they're doing their best, and that I believe in them.
Now, can you offer those same words of kindness and caring to yourself, James?
For the first time, James allowed himself to receive the compassion he so freely gave others.
Self-compassion activates different neural pathways than self-criticism, creating calm instead of stress.
Research shows self-compassion actually increases motivation and resilience, contrary to popular belief.
Armed with awareness and self-compassion, James was ready to face his cravings in a completely new way.
The real test came during his most stressful week at work, when deadlines were crushing him.
The craving is in my chest. It feels tight and hot. I notice it. I'm having it.
Instead of fighting or fleeing the craving, James simply sat with it, observing it like a scientist. And
it's been 4 minutes. The craving is still here, but it's not as intense anymore.
Most cravings peak within 5 to 7 minutes and naturally decrease if not acted upon.
By not feeding the craving monster, James discovered it wasn't as powerful as it pretended to be.
Days turned to weeks. Each time James practiced willingness, the process became easier and more natural.
His relationship with Sarah began to heal as she witnessed his genuine transformation through consistent action.
I can see you're really trying this time, James. I'm proud of you for doing this work.
Well, I'm learning that giving up control is actually how I gain control.
Right.
It sounds crazy, but it works. 6 months after that desperate night on the rooftop, James returned to the same spot, completely transformed. No cigarettes for 93 days. But more importantly, I found freedom from the constant mental battle.
The secret to self-control isn't about having more willpower. It's about changing your relationship with discomfort.
When you drop the rope with your craving monster, you discover it has no power unless you give it.
500 million people struggle with behaviors they want to change. This hidden psychology might be their answer.